too many spells at once. You can die from that.
See that?
Yeah, the Kingslayer and Yorvith.
You all in one piece? Who are you?
I'm a witcher.
Emir var Emrys, spice merchant.
A trader?
In spices.
Uh-huh. And the woman?
My good man, we barely escaped death. Be so kind as to tell us where we might get some rest. We'll explain everything later.
Very well. Head for the market square. You might be in time for the execution. Some ne'er-do-wells are going to hang. A dwarf and some bard. There's also an inn and a brothel.
Oh yeah, the brothel sounds especially interesting. Take care now.
Oh, that's too funny. All right.
Spy Smith.
Stop or I'll shoot!
Whoa.
And let that be the last time.
Whoa. That could have been bad.
Squirrels at our very walls.
Yorvith led them. I saw him with my own eyes.
I will level up. I think we have two levels to do now, actually. There was something that came up about Flotsam. Just outside Flotsam, Geralt saw Foltest's murderer once more. The assassin was in the company of Yorvith, the commander of a Scoia'tael unit. This was surely no coincidence, and as it would turn out later, the encounter was deliberately staged indeed. What? From that moment on, the Witcher began to wonder if he could use the elven leader to get to the assassin. Rough landing. At the town gates, our heroes were greeted by Temerian soldiers. Oh, right here. We're actually a little bit further back. Trading post governed by Commander Laredo. Roach wanted to meet his informant, yet unsure of the commander's loyalties, chose not to dock in the harbor, but rather to land on a beach and conduct a bit of reconnaissance before bringing the ship in. He took to scouting in the company of Geralt and Triss. It is prudent to inform the reader that on account of his profession and personality traits, Vernon Roach had many enemies and possibly no friends at all. By many enemies, I mean a legion, and not a weak one at that. In Flotsam alone, Roach counted Commander Laredo and the local elven unit's leader, Yorvith, among his foes. Jeez, the latter crossed our hero's path. And when a hunter of squirrels meets the guerrilla's best-known leader, the pleasantries can only last so long. The elven partisans immediately attacked them from hiding, and Geralt's company only avoided becoming arrow-riddled hedgehogs thanks to Triss Marigold's presence of mind. Vernon Roach took the sorceress, exhausted by her protective spell, into his arms, and Geralt covered the company with his sword. Leaving a trail of corpses behind, our heroes pushed forward towards Flotsam. At the town gates, our heroes were greeted by Temerian soldiers. Only then did the Scoia'tael withdraw, and the Witcher managed but a glimpse of the faces of Yorvith and the Kingslayer who accompanied him. Unable to confront their foe, the company proceeded to the town in search of Roach's informant. Crazy. Okay, so there's a brothel. Yeah, great. The bordello kept regular hours, offered a regular repertoire, and had a regular staff. And then Flotsam, a river port and a trading post, lies among the upper course of the Pontar, among inaccessible forests in the valley that bears the river's name. Numerous trade routes meet here, and the Temerian-Aedirnian border is located nearby. Land travel in the region was arduous and dangerous, for Scoia'tael units prowled in the woods. However, as they say, elves like cats are shy of water, so most travelers and merchants chose to sail the river. Elves are shy of water? I didn't know that. I've never heard that before. That's interesting. Flat-bottom barges, punts, scows, and even seagoing cogs visited the harbor, ferrying goods between Aedirn, Kedwin, Temeria, Redania, and Sidaris on the seashore. No wonder then that the ostensibly small outpost was of vital economic importance. He who controlled it drew immense profits from the trade. At the start of our story, Flotsam belonged to Temeria, and its small garrison was tasked with enforcing the law and providing protection from river pirates, Scoia'tael units, monsters inhabiting the surrounding forests. Okay. Just a couple of other quick things here. I was not there at the time, but I heard tales of the show of power Triss put on at the beach near Flotsam. Though she was weakened and barely conscious, the sorceress managed to sustain a magical barrier, and the three survived the Scoia'tael arrows thanks to her. More on Roach. Let's see. The list of Vernon Roach's achievements and heroic deeds was almost as long as the list of atrocities and depravities he had allegedly committed along the way. It is a fact that, as the scrawlings on the wall of the University of Oxenfurt say, pacifying non-humans is like wallowing in mud. Everyone gets dirty, generally with blood. And then Yorveth here, what do we have to say about him? They say all elves are beautiful, that they are born thus. In Yorveth's case, someone set out to change this, marking his face with an ugly scar that the elf partially hid beneath a crimson headscarf. Yorveth was a living legend, the elusive leader of the Scoia'tael unit, whose members gave no thought to laying down their arms and continued their war against humans. Stories of his deeds, of his deep hatred of Dwan, painted him as more akin to a vengeful ghost than to an individual made of blood, bone, and flesh. Certain sources claim that Yorveth was the Kingslayer's ally and thus involved in recent events, yet Geralt's first meeting with the elf brought few answers and ended with Scoia'tael archers laying down a deadly barrage. Indeed, it seemed at the time that the elf would only ever answer the Witcher with arrows. In the eyes of some people, like Laredo or Roach, Yorveth was a common criminal, his hand stained by the blood of innocents. Indeed, the list of those he had cut down in his fight for freedom could easily rival the number of ballads, romances, and ditties in my repertoire. Okay, so we are all up to speed now. We're going to watch some execution, and then it's good that we're in a town because I should be able to sell a bunch of this stuff that I've been picking up. Because I am way overweight here. I'll come back and loot everything later. I'm just gonna try to get to this town square
I think
here.
the stew's ready.
Quiet, woman. Artist at work.
You might want to stir it.
I don't step. I work the material.
It's interesting the contrast between the very beginning and now. This is still a busy place, but you can hear yourself and it's not as hectic, whereas the first area was just insane. So I like how they did that. They do a really good job of creating these amazing atmospheres.
Zoltan. Dandelion.
No way.
Just great.
What's the plan?
We improvise.
No killing.
We'll take care of this, Triss.
Geralt! Geralt! Over here! Help!
Find a way to free Dandelion. Oh, and Zoltan's up there too. This is gonna be interesting.
Step back, White One.
What are they going to hang for? They don't look dangerous.
The charge is collusion with the Scoia'tael.
Okay.
Dandelion, an elven spy?
The bard's hanging for debauchery.
What?
The sentence was he's to hang for debauchery.
And a sentence is nothing to scoff at!
Are you serious? Listen here, people. Is profligacy now a punishable offense in the free kingdom of Temeria? Or are we in Nilfgaard?
Piss off, freak! Or you'll have me to deal with. Think of the common folk, you're spoiling their fun.
Well, a freak he may be, but he speaks true. Debauchery's one of my favourite pastimes, but I don't want a noose placed around my neck for pursuing it.
The soldier boys paid us a visit or two, though we didn't have much fun.
Away with you, Margot! Go back to your brothel.
Time to go? Fine. But hear this, people. He sure liked to parade about, but his Willie wouldn't come to attention.
Stop the execution.
No way.
Shut your
That's
trap.
funny.
The singer's to hang and he will hang. This is a decent town. Whores and witches notwithstanding.
Watch your words, guardsman! I don't know witches, but Margot's a decent woman!
Shut it, all of you! Or I'll not vouch for what I'll do.
Thinks he's tough, showing off his balls. Don't fret, people. I've seen the rot on them.
Shit.
I'm warning you for the last time, Margot!
You wouldn't hit a lady.
You're no lady!
Leave the witcher be!
Want to squirm with the others?
Oh, well, here we go. Okay. Little fist fight action.
Come on up! Got room for one more deviant!
Come on, brother.
Oh! Square with the others!
This guy's actually kind of tough.
Get out! Assaulted an officer!
Alright, not that tough.
No!
That's just sick. How they do this stuff. Come on, come on. Put him down. Just knock him right off of this thing. Oh! Okay. That'll work.
What the hell is going on here? I said, what the arse fuck is going on? I'd like to report. Out of my sight, Clover. A few ploughing bandits and you can't even hang them. And you, stay calm, hands off your sword. Our scaffold embraces speeches and hangings. Which will it be?
Speech time.
Your people started it. Short fuses, some of them.
What do I care? They started, but you finished.
I had to defend my friends. Will you release them?
Terrible choice of friends, Witcher.
I beg to
I'd
differ.
rather give you a thief. Relax. I'm joking.
Oh!
I hate thieves. We can put on another show. Bloody and serious this time, mind you. Or we can come to an understanding.
Meaning?
Give me a minute, Witcher. Listen here. You may have heard rumours of the tragic events that transpired during the siege of Lavalette Castle. Sadly, they are true. King Foltest is dead. It's likely that Scoia'tael had a hand in this heinous murder. So you see, none of you can feel safe. That is why today, wagons with armaments will roll out into Flotsam streets. I hereby declare a state of emergency. Await orders. Prepare to fight. And ready yourselves to avenge your fallen king. Now disperse. Go to your homes.
Is this guy like the leader of this little town here?
Nice speech. You might as well have said outright that non-humans slew Foltest.
My subjects know exactly who the enemy is. Out in that forest, grow careless for a moment, and you're a dead man.
Whereas the non-humans here in town are all friendly.
Friendlier than the merciless bastards out there. We let the Scoia'tael inside, and they'll skin us alive, just before they slit our throats. Here, even the slightest sense of safety is an illusion. We'll not succumb to it for a moment.
What about them?
They'll not hang for now. Let's say I'm reconsidering their cases. The scaffold's no place for civil conversation. We'll talk at my home. Your friends are free for the time being, but they're not to leave town. Come after dusk. I'll be busy till then. There's one more thing. Welcome to Flotsam, Witcher.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Pleasure to be here. Yeah, it's great.
They were really going to hang us. I don't know. I didn't mean to torch that watchtower.
Everything's all right, Dandelion. Let's get out of here.
Oh, we owe you, Geralt. Thank you. Time to hit the tavern. Come on, Dandelion, you need a stiff drink. And while we're at it, I'll tell you an edifying tale of local hypocrisy that conceals lechery neath a veneer of courtesy. Except nothing can hide the stench.
Oh, my good friends are back. This is great. Go to Laredo's residence in the evening. So, I gotta figure out who exactly is this guy, Laredo. Dandelion, sure. Let's figure out Bernard Laredo. At the time of this story, Bernard Laredo was commandant of the town watch of the river port and trading post of Flotsam. Okay, commandant of the town watch. He was well suited to the position, amply demonstrating this through his brutal and heavy-handed approach to enforcing the law and meting out justice to the town. This boorish veteran of the Temerian army was perfectly happy with his posting to his backwoods, as he had turned the borderland settlement into a private fiefdom, which he ruled through fear and might, passing and executing judgment at whim. I was exceptionally lucky to escape the noose back then. Despite my deepest desire to the contrary, it would not be the last time we saw Bernard Laredo. In spite of maintaining a smokescreen of law and order in Flotsam, Laredo was as benevolent to non-humans as Emperor Emir was to proponents of democracy. Given the slightest excuse, Bernard would have gladly rid the trading post and its environs of all who were not human, using any means available. So he doesn't like non-humans, basically, and he's the leader of the city watch, or the town watch. Zoltan Shivy is a close friend of Geralt's and mine, met while we were sneaking through the forests and wilderness of Bruges and Sodden when war raged all around and the hooves of Nilfgaardian cavalry thundered on the high roads. Pretty sure he was here when I died. Like many of his kin, he later fought at Brenna in the Mahakam Volunteer Detachment, a unit that contributed greatly to the victory, although this fact is sadly ignored by most chronicles. After the war, he wanted to start a business and even thought about taking a wife, yet fate had things arranged a bit differently. Zoltan had proved his relationship to the Witcher many times, eagerly standing at his side in any moment of need, disproving those who claim that each and every dwarf is a spiteful, aggressive son of a bitch, that they do not care for human plight, and that coexistence is impossible. I know many non-humans, and if anything stands in the way of coexistence, it is human ignorance, spite, and ungratefulness. They say a dwarf would get himself hanged for a friend, but Zoltan was in my company on the scaffold for another reason. The local authorities had accused him of colluding with the Scoia'tael, and that is usually enough to earn one the main role in entertainment, like a morning execution. And they could have just pinned that on him just because he's a dwarf, which is, it's obviously bullshit. And then Dandelion, we read this beginning part, I believe. Discretion, a virtue I have always professed, obliges me to remain silent about the circumstances in which, through the person of Vernon Roach, I began working with the Temerian Intelligence Service. Suffice it to say that there comes a moment in everyone's life when facing great events they cannot remain indifferent. And so I could not stand aside as history took shape before my very eyes. My dedication to the cause brought me to Flotsam at the time. There, through an unfortunate incident involving twins at the local brothel, a town guard, a dog, a cat, and an oil lamp, I would up on the scaffold in the town square, from which I barely escaped with my life. Oh, Dandelion. Such a playboy.
Why don't we ever chase real criminals, Sergeant?
Because we're not heroes.
Alright, this...
A notice board. Might find something interesting here.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so these are probably a bunch of, monster slaying quests. I'm gonna go inside the... This looks like the inn. Assuming that guy's sitting on a barrel of ale. Because I really would like to sell some stuff. Like, really, really.
Won't even wag my tongue.
Lyudmila.
Just don't start any brawls. Peace and quiet. Get it?
Of course.
I've got my eye on you.
Let's trade. Let's do this. Now, oh, she'll only buy some of my stuff. Or will she? No, maybe she will buy all my stuff. Okay, so I can sell this club. I'm gonna keep my swords. Oh yeah, I'm about to get rich. Big time. I kind of want to keep the spoon to just fight someone with it, just to try one time. Let's see if I can hold on to that. This can go. The blackjack can go. That can go. We found a whole bunch of these swords, which are magical swords, but they're not as good as the ones we currently have. That's going to clear up a lot. And then we have the Temerian sword, which is actually better than our Diable. So I probably should sell the Diable and just use the Temerian sword. Yeah, and actually, because I forgot about the sword before, so I was using the, I probably have to disarm it. But I was using the, I can't remember what it's called. This thing, the Guisarme. Oh no, that is still the highest. 11 to 14 and 12 to 16. That's crazy. It's interesting to fight with, like it gives you a lot of range. I don't see any reason why I wouldn't use this. So it's too bad that I can't make use of those awesome swords that we got last game, but it's okay. It's not always perfect. Let's sell the Diable, sadly, but it has to go. The Temerian sword, we've got the Mahakaman Rune Sihil. Chance of insta-kill 2%. It's not really worth it. So that's gonna go too. Gwailir's gonna go. And I'm thinking I might just keep the Temerian sword just in case. Because I'm not sure the longevity of this Guisarme here. I'm not sure if that's gonna be really beneficial. Okay, so what else can we get rid of here? I've got some blades, or some daggers, but I'll probably keep those. I can sell my Blue Stripes combat jacket, because I'm gonna wear the Raven's armor. And let's just take a look at our other armor setup here. Okay, so let's sort this by weight. So quilted leather, this can all go. Leather jacket can go. The trousers, we're wearing mage's trousers, so we get a bonus damage on our signs. But I think these heavy leather trousers are actually going to be better. A little bit more resistance, a little bit more armor. Let's do that. And then the boots. I may as well take the armored boots and wear them. We've got some gauntlets here. The herbalist gloves are nice because you get additional alchemy. They have the +1 armor, so I think I'm actually going to keep those. And I can sell pretty much everything else, so I bet you... Hey, where's she going? Okay, come back here. Okay, so let me get rid of pretty much everything else that's in here. And look at that. Now I am 236 and 300, which is pretty awesome. Okay, so let's touch base with our buddies here. I just want to kind of get a lay of the land and see what's going on in this inn. I can trade with this guy as well. I don't see any point in doing that, really. Now these books, I think because I've read them, I can probably sell them. There's no sense in me keeping these soldiers' orders, but they literally weigh nothing, so why not? Oh, and the book doesn't weigh anything either. Interesting. Okay. I wonder if different people buy things for different prices, or if it's just the same for everybody.
I can't stand this place any longer.
Okay. Not sure what's going on back here.
Hey? Welcome.
Oh yeah. Come in here and steal everything. I don't know, like, I imagine I have 851 orens. I imagine that that's a pretty decent amount. Oh, hello. What do we have here? A silver sword scabbard. What is that? Oh, it's just junk. A scabbard must be like the sheath? But I can't do anything with it, so... I'm just gonna steal stuff from this area and then sell it back to them. Hopefully I don't get lit on fire again, because that could happen. And it has. Not necessarily in this circumstance, but you guys know what I'm talking about. More timber. I guess timber is just wood. And these must be like the guest rooms. Where people, for whatever reason, leave all of their money. Why robe orange, celandine, balise. So there's actually quite a bit more going on in this inn than I anticipated.
Left hook! Watch out for the left hook!
Just came in.
Yes, that Witcher did just come in.
Don't look him in the eyes. Never ever provoke.
This reminds me of the very beginning of The Last Wish, where you walk into the
Punches lights out!
you walk into the inn, and everybody's giving you weird looks, and then you end up just slaughtering people.
Stand to see those nuts anyway.
What is this? Oh, storage. Okay. If I sort by weight, I'm actually going to store some iron ore here. And I'm going to store some leather. I'll store my timber. Just to... That's cool. Okay. So is that in this little... in this little bin here? Or is it this whole area? No, it's not the whole area. Or I can access it through him as well.
Punches
Interesting. So they may not, or they may all buy my stuff, but they might, I think they probably all sell different things. Looks like we got some dice poker going on over here. I could probably buy... Oh, I can only buy basically foods from her.
Left hook! Watch out for the left hook!
We've got fights back there.
Do my eyes deceive me, or are you Witcher Geralt?
What can I do for you?
My cousin from Vizima claims you're good at dice.
Who's your cousin?
If word gets out that we've a good contender, better players are likely to show up, and the stakes will rise. Maybe even Einar Gauss will send her to join us.
So, will you play?
Oh, let's do this.
Sure. Great. We only play for fun, but Zindrab fancies himself a master.
I won't play any old challenger. Show us what you can do, and who knows, I might sit down with you.
And the dice quest begins. All right, let's go here. Okay, this is subtle. I remember that much. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Damn. I guess I'll keep the 6. What does he have? He's got 2 3s. That's it. All right. Hey, there we go. What did I end up with? 2 5s and 2 2s. I'll take it.
You win.
That's right. Find dice poker players, baby. Alright, let's check in on my little quest here. Geralt sat at the table and left his opponent with little more than a shirt, yet it was not enough to join the local dice poker league. Okay. His fame spread all across Temeria, and there was bound to be people in Flotsam who would recognize him as a gaming partner. Geralt was immediately invited for a game with 2 local players. So I'm going to have to play a few guys, and then I can join the local dice poker league, it looks like. This is all about the guy that we met on the deck where the people were getting hung. So I'll read through this, and then this will be the end of the episode. Cultural events are rare in the province, thus it is unsurprising that when a rarity like the hanging of collaborators takes place, the whole town turns out. And when in Nilfgaard, do as the Nilfgaardians do. Geralt and company proceeded without hesitation to the scaffold square to partake in the local entertainment. And at this point, I entered the scene. I, Dandelion the Unequaled, as described by some ladies, poet, lover, and secret agent, friend and confidant to Geralt of Rivia. And at that moment, a legal corpse with a noose around my neck. On the scaffold, I was flanked by the dwarf Zoltan, also a friend of the Witcher, and elves whom I have never met before. As they say, a Rivian once volunteered for the scaffold, so a condemned criminal would not hang alone. But I had no desire to die. Geralt had to find a way to free me, especially since I was Roche's aforementioned informer. The Witcher is a frank, straightforward man. Without much forethought, he chose the direct solution. He thrashed the guards and then tackled the executioner. Saved by Geralt, I breathed a sigh of relief when Zoltan wiped sweat from his brow. The world would keep the greatest of its living poets. He's so... Dandelion. There was no end to the greetings, and that's when I learned about the events which had brought Geralt to his and his company to Flotsam. As a well-informed man, I could aid them in their search, thereby repaying my debt of gratitude. All right, so we are pretty much up to date with everything. Basically right now, we're working on chapter 1. What's interesting is like some of these things, another vision game, like some of these aren't checked off, so I don't know if we'll come back to those or if they're always just gonna be there. Right now we're working on Indecent Proposal, but we have like a ton of stuff. So like we have to search for the Kingslayer's Trail. Okay, fair enough. Go to the tavern and chat with your friends, so we know that. And then we have to go to Laredo's residence in the evening. So we're on a good pace here. Now things are really starting to unfold, and I like that we saw that Kingslayer again, and he's kind of part of the picture. I was hoping that he wouldn't just disappear and then, oh, we fight him at the end, because that would have been very expected. And he's part of this now, and there's this Yorveth guy who actually looks pretty badass, if you think about it, for an elf, you know. And I want to see the scar on his face. So hopefully that happens. Anyways, guys, thanks for the support, and I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye.